Right, got the fire back going again. It's coming back to life there. Dang dog scratching on the door trying to get out. Anyway, so back to some of the lessons that I think were the main takeaways from that whole ordeal. First one is the importance of an emergency fund. Like I was talking about, after I had moved out of the barracks, I didn't have a 3-month emergency fund like I wanted to have built up yet. So I had to take out a loan and get, if you start renting a house, you have to have the first month's rent, another month's worth as the security deposit, and then all the stuff you need just to be able to function in a home. So I got a loan for that, and that kind of pulled me back into the whole away from being debt free like I was, and that was really frustrating. So that happened just a couple weeks before this whole ordeal. So I was still trying to pay that off, and this happened, and then I have a $26,000 truck loan. So, and if I had had a full emergency fund like I had wanted, it's hard to Monday morning quarterback things because in the moment, the whole ordeal can cloud your judgment. But I think I probably would have been able to take a breath and try a couple different more things before, or I could have afforded to take it to an auto body shop and they could tell me what the deal was, and we could have fixed it that way, preventing me from being almost $30,000 in debt again. It just gives you options. It really gives you options and can give you peace of mind knowing, all right, it's not the end of the world. It can give you a clear mind to think through problems instead of trying to filter out the, holy crap, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I need to get going. It kind of gives you a calm mind, clear mind where you can breathe and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. I don't need to let anything else get in the way. I need to focus explicitly on that. So I think that's the first lesson from that. The second one is just one thing I think I did right in that situation is just pushing through the difficulties that just kept coming. And since that happened last year, any time that I have an issue, I just try to think of that and be like, hey, if you can deal with that, man, you can figure this out. Being stranded in the middle of the desert with your dog and finding a way out of it. I think another way to put it is be relentless in your pursuit of your goals. Kind of gives the broad application of that lesson, instead of just looking at it as through the lens of difficulties. But if you let the difficulties that you encounter control your life and let them get you down, then you're not going to push through them. You're going to be paralyzed with whether it's fear, frustration, whatever emotion you may be feeling. You got to be able to push through it, or else you're not going to grow. You're not going to get through anything, and you're not going to be able to get back on the right track either. And finally, the last thing I could think of to pull from that situation is things will go wrong no matter what. No matter how much you prepare, something will go wrong. One thing, my favorite high school teacher, Randy Powers, if he's watching, I miss you. I'm sorry I suck at reaching out. But I miss you. I think about you a lot. But one thing he said all the time was life sucks and then you die. And at the time, I was like, ugh, that's pretty grim and gruesome. But it's the truth, man. It is the truth. And the secret to it is just embracing that fact. It takes the grimness away when you just embrace it. Be like, all right, that's just what life is. You're going to encounter issues. You're going to run into roadblocks. And you just have to keep going. And I think that speaks to the fact that we're called to suffer just as Jesus Christ did for us. And you can either fully own your role in that, or you can whine about it and be pessimistic. And trust me, I'm preaching as much to myself here as to anyone else. But yeah, life sucks and then you die, and you got to figure out a way to make something beautiful out of it, or else your life just sucks.